Met God's will on a Halloween night. He was dressed as a bag of leaves. It hid the braces on his legs at first. His smile was as bright as the August sun when he looked at me. As he struggled down the driveway, it almost made me hurt. Will don't walk too good. Will don't talk too good. He won't do the things that the other kids do in our neighborhood. I've been searching, wondering, thinking, lost and looking all my life. I've been wounded, jaded, loved and hated. I've wrestled wrong and right. He was a boy without a father and his mother's miracle. I've been reading, writing, praying, fighting. I guess I would be still. Yeah, that was until I knew God's will. Will's mom had to work 2 jobs. We'd watch him when she had to work late, and we'd all laugh like I hadn't laughed since I don't know when. Hey Jude was his favorite song. At dinner he'd ask to pray, and then he'd pray for everybody in the world but him. I've been searching, wondering, thinking, lost and looking all my life. I've been wounded, jaded, loved and hated, wrestled wrong and right. He was a boy without a father and his mother's miracle. I've been reading, writing, praying, fighting. I guess I would be still. Yeah, that was until I knew God's will. Before they moved to California, his mother said they didn't think he'd live, and she said each day that I haven't, well, it's just another gift. And I never got to tell her that the boy showed me the truth. In crayon red on notebook paper, he'd written me in God, love you. I've been searching, praying, wounded, jaded. I guess I would be still. Yeah, that was until I met God's will on a Halloween night. He was dressed as a bag of leaves.
was a good song. Yeah, Martina McBride has a way with words, way with certain topics, issues, and this is another example of one of them. Though it was quite boring by the end of it, with those repetitive long choruses. Just found it a bit boring. But that's what I feel personally. It's again and again the same way of structuring songs. But yeah, it's about a miracle. It's about a miracle child, and despite the hardships present, the mother has overcome it, and it's good to see the child draw with a red crayon or write with a red crayon on a piece of paper that me and God love you. So yeah, that was a powerful line in there, and we must remember such lines in boring songs such as this, because those lines are some things we neglect. When the music is boring, we kind of neglect one or two powerful lines in the songs. That's a very powerful line. The one who takes care of you, who does so many things for you on a daily basis. Usually it's the mother, sometimes also other people in the family. Be grateful, tell that person you love them. It's very important, because it's not often said. And especially in the West, it's like a taboo subject to tell someone you honestly love them, unconditionally love them. You definitely tell them you love them when you receive a gift from them, an expensive gift. But you don't tell them you love them most other times, which is really sad. And media, of course, personifies this, what I just said. You often see daughters and spoiled daughters and church sons saying I love you when they receive a wonderful expensive gift, whether it's a fancy car or some designer clothing or some designer accessories or some designer phones or whatever, branded phones, popular brands. So yeah, I mean, they say, I love you. Yes.
Welled up eyes
but
and wobbly chin.
The rest of the year, they don't love their mother. They don't say it, they don't, mother, father, whoever, they don't say they love each other. And it shows, statistics are clear. Divorces, broken families, violence, domestic violence, murders, crimes against partners and kids, crimes against parents, grandparents. It shows in that particular part of the world. So while it was a boring song to listen to, for me to listen to, I'm sure Kirti may think otherwise, but for me it was downright boring. But that powerful line I really liked and should be used by Americans.
No, while I was listening to the song, it's not one of the best songs to come across, let's put it that way. It's a simple song that is made by Martina McBride. I like the subject that is covered though. I've often wondered why does it happen, especially in a hugely populated country or populous country like India. We have people and people and people. Something that is in abundance, apart from many other things, is number of people that we have in our country. But whenever I come across achievements, there is a huge number of people that happen to be specially abled. When I draw a comparison, I feel the abled people somehow fail to do as well as the specially able do sometimes, because the percentage in the society is very few. In India, I think between 4 to 6% is the percentage of specially able people. I know we are all special in our own abilities and all, but I'm talking about really gifted people, and they happen to wow you, surprise you in almost every field that we or every sphere of life. In every department of our country, somebody or the other will amaze you. And when I get to know about this story, I say, why so many normal, absolutely okay people, physically, mentally, they were not able to do the same thing that person did. But I think more than that person who was born that way, it is the struggle of the family, or the family who never ever thought of giving up. That is what culminated into something amazing. So it's not that the person who was born that way is his or her talent only. It is also the determination of the family to prove, and that's what makes the difference. When you have everything normal, I think you just take it for granted. But the people who think that they are challenged, they take that challenge and then they get something good out of it, is when there is a miracle or a difference made. Here too, it's God's will, the child, of course, amazing. But the struggle of the mother is to be, really commended. And in all the other cases, it's the family that chooses not to give up is what actually makes the difference. It's not just somebody being born this way or that way. So many people are born absolutely fine, but we don't really end up doing something. Maybe we were not given the right kind of ideas in our brain by our parents or whatever. I'm just blaming, but it just happens so.